Today on Dallas Social Cafe, we are actually exploring my favorite topic, which is food. And I have the pleasure of talking with Ben Gossman, and he's the executive chef of Oceanaire here in Dallas.
Absolutely.
Welcome, Ben, to Dallas Social Cafe. Well, I can tell you that I love to eat, so you're this is good for this segment because food is my favorite thing. I love to cook at home. I love to go to restaurants, and Oceanaire has been a place I've been going to for about 10 years in all the different cities in the United States. So I know you've been with the company. We talked a little bit before the segment. You've been with the company quite a while. So tell me about your background with Oceanaire and then what you did before, because that's even more interesting, I think.
Well, I started off in Washington, D.C. with the company. I've been with them for 8 years. And they've had me move all along the East Coast. I've moved from Washington, D.C. to Baltimore to Hackensack, New Jersey, and then I've come back to my roots down back south.
So then something that is really important to Oceanaire and also to you is sustainability. So Oceanaire has partnered with the Alaskan Seafood Marketing Institute. And tell me a little bit about your philosophy on sustainability as a chef and really what Oceanaire, why they think that's important too as a corporate culture.
Sustainability is basically categorized as farming or harvesting with the least amount of ecological environmental impact, and also while ensuring that the species propagates for the future.
So tell me what that would actually mean. So you fish for certain types of fish certain times of the year, or how does that work?
Well, every fish has its season, and by season they have the spawning cycles and when they're available, and that's what the state of Alaska does the best. They've been doing it since 1959, so in fact that is actually in their constitution of sustainability.
Yeah, I was reading that. You had actually given me that note, so I'm glad you mentioned that. That's really interesting. When you all go out and search for the fish that you're going to bring in, to kind of procure what you're going to serve, I know that Alaska is top on your list, and this month you're featuring halibut. Very important, and we have some of that here on the table.
Absolutely.
Tell me, so it's halibut season. When is halibut season?
Halibut season started about a month ago. It got into real full swing right about now. And it'll continue on until about October, depending on when the state of Alaska decides that it's time for it to end.
Okay, so Ben, we've been talking about the beautiful fish that you offer here and about right now with regards to Alaska and what's kind of fresh from Alaska. So let's taste some of these.
Absolutely, that's the best part.
Some of this fish here.
So right now, this is our sable fish, or black cod, if you want to go ahead and try that. For any of those people out in the world that love Chilean sea bass, this is the fish from Alaska that you're going to want. It's going to taste a lot like Chilean sea bass. It's got that nice buttery flavor that everybody's looking for. So that's the direction, or that's the fish that you want to go for.
It's got a very soft texture, and it does taste so much like Chilean sea bass, which I love. So I love the way this tastes. And this is just simply, we were talking a little bit about cooking before. So, is this simply pan-seared? Simply
pan-seared. When you get great seafood like this, it's very easy to make it perfect.
So, Ben, let's talk about one of your most famous cuts here of halibut. Explain what we have here.
Well, we have the Alaskan Tbone, or the halibut Tbone that we're really famous for. And then we have the wonderful fillet.
So tell me, while I'm going to taste this, why are you famous for this fish?
Not too many people will come out and enjoy the fish as a T-bone, and especially since we're in Texas, everybody loves their steaks. But we try to do this, and people, for all of our steak lovers out there, and they'll absolutely fall in love with that.
It's very meaty and filling, just like a steak would be.
Absolutely.
It's delicious, and I love. Is there olive oil on top of it or something?
Just a little bit of olive oil.
Oh, it's great. Okay. And what do we have here?
This is the fillet. This is whenever we take the meat right off the bone, and then we just go ahead and sear it off, or we can grill it as well.
That's great too. So for someone that's just looking for this is probably more of a lady's cut, right? Or the sable fish, but this is probably more of a men's cut. But this tastes to me like it's a little bit more buttery or something.
That's what Alaskan seafood is going to get you. It's going to get you that rich, buttery flavor that people just love when they eat seafood.
Well, I thank you for talking to me today on Dallas Social Cafe, but more importantly, I thank you for feeding me today because I'm sure when we wrap this, I'm going to be eating a little more of the fish, and some other people on the crew are going to be doing that too. I've had a wonderful time. I love your restaurant, and I'm so glad that you like Dallas and you enjoy being the executive chef here at the Oceanaire, and I hope you'll stay back home in the South where you're from.
I plan on it.
I look forward to many more things that you all have to offer here because, you know, coming up, we talked about salmon seasons coming down the pike, and there's always something new and fresh here at Oceanaire. Every time I come, I'm never disappointed because I can find something on the menu that I was coming to get one thing, but maybe I'll get another thing. Maybe I'll get what I was coming for, but there's always something exciting here at Oceanaire to eat, and I never leave without being satisfied. So thank you for what you're doing here. Thank you for the corporate responsibility, for the sustainability that you all participate in, because I know how important that is to you. And I appreciate that as a consumer as well, because I think more and more people are becoming aware of how we treat our environment. So you all are doing it, and you know, kudos to you for doing it.
Thank you very much.
Thank you very much. Thanks for today. Well, thank you for joining us here at Oceanaire. We'll be right back with you on Dallas Social Cafe.